Hi, my name is JC and I'm 2 years sober.
Yay!
And this is
Confetti.
my husband and he is not sober.
No.
And I have not been avoiding all of these questions, but thought I'd celebrate my 2-year sobriety by answering the ones that I can remember because my brain does not work very well at the moment.
It's doing its best.
And I get a lot of questions about how our marriage works, me sober and him not sober. And I think it's kind of cool because we're both on separate sides of the spectrum with substance use issues. Because you had substance use issues.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
That's how we met.
Yeah, I mean, I went to college my freshman year in 2008. I was doomed from the start. Southwest Florida, go Bulls.
Party rockin'.
Yeah, dude.
The biggest question I get asked is, how did your husband not notice? Did your husband notice? What did he say? Did he try to get you to stop? And I never know how to answer those questions because he drank with me. 6 nights of the week, probably. He was drinking with me. Not as much as me. He also probably thought that I was drinking as much as him because he didn't know that I was sneaking more drinks than him, which also is funny what we spoke about earlier. Did you ever know that I was drinking that much? Like, yeah, we drank more than we should have, but you had no idea. Like, you thought that it was okay that I threw up on a normal basis. You were like, oh, who's this prom queen that can't handle 4 drinks? Like,
I don't know. Like you're little, like you're small.
I'm not little.
And
I'm short, but I'm big.
I don't know. Like I just was like, hey, maybe it's hitting her weird today. Maybe she didn't eat enough.
I wasn't eating enough.
Probably not. Regardless, yeah. I just was doing the things, and yeah, like, I think COVID was really when.
Yeah, we were both drinking a lot.
Yeah, and then after
Everybody
COVID, it
was.
just didn't.
Every single activity was drinking.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
just for us, but everybody that we hung out with in our pod, and everybody around us, like on social media, everybody was drinking all the time.
Like I think my mom got like.
First time we saw her was 2 months. We didn't see her for 2 months. Mother's Day, she brought over champagne at like 10 o'clock in the morning. And we poured them from 6 feet apart. Like we reached with all of our arms out and we're like pouring champagne all over the pavement by accident, trying to make mimosas. So
Crazy.
COVID, yeah. And then when everything opened back up and you went back to work, I kind of
had to pull back.
You had to pull back, which was normal because COVID was a lawless wasteland.
Yeah.
And time did not exist.
No,
The problem for me started mostly when like you went back to work after that because I didn't. We closed the business down.
Yeah.
And
that probably didn't help
no,
contribute to your.
No, I was extremely mentally unwell, which I still am. But it's getting better.
Fun fact.
So yeah, I did lie to you about how much I was drinking. You really didn't know that it was that much.
I was like, I didn't really drink the gin or the liquor. Like I was usually drinking my
beer.
Yeah, even now. So I just want to say, like, I'm not drinking liquor. I'm not drinking wine. I don't drink seltzers. Like I really do. I just drink my shitty PBR 2 to 3 times a week. I try not to push it. I try not to do anything that would, like, I typically don't like drink alcohol when I go out. I never really did anyway, like with the kids and stuff.
No, we were never drinkers out in public.
No.
Ever. We didn't drink and drive with the kids or anything.
But
which I don't, no judgment free zone. I hope you wouldn't do that. Please don't do that.
Please don't do that. Please don't. Please. Listen, if you needed a sign.
Listen, I'll start a nonprofit to raise money for Ubers for
sure.
parents who need rides home.
It's okay.
I should do that. That's my next venture.
There we go.
Get the mental health thing down.
That's true. Yeah, and plus, like, I'm big into video games. So, like, I would drink my things that I had. Maybe I would have one. Yeah,
you drank with an activity, and then when you were done, you went to bed.
Yeah,
I just drank to go to bed.
Yeah, I was drinking like big craft beers, like a 4-pack. You know what I mean? So like I would drink the 4 huge 12% beers, and then be
they were never that much, like 9.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
A lot of local beers around here are like 9.5.
Yeah, and I think 9.9ish was like the highest.
Oh, we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like once I would have like another gin drink or something, and then garden, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, it's time for bed.
Because you garden more.
Yeah.
I never really enjoyed it. Well, I mean, I used to enjoy it, but that wasn't my SOC. It's really just like, what'd your husband say to you? Did he try to get you to stop? Did you? And why you didn't? You never really tried to get me to stop. You always said like, let's take a break. Like you made it about both of us. Like we should slow down.
Because
I was like, you can do that solo, you fuck bag.
Because I don't know. Because it would be really hard to
Oh, for me to be drinking and you not, like back and forth.
Yeah,
And that was
because
what kept me drinking for a long time too, is I didn't know if you would get sober with me. I mean, in the very beginning, I thought maybe because you had drank most of the time with me, that you would also get sober with me. And it was like 2 weeks where I was like grieving almost, like, oh, I guess I have to do this alone. We've never done anything alone.
that's
We've
very
always done
true.
things together.
No, really, like everything from the second
Everybody
we
makes
met.
fun of us. We're very codependent. I'm not so much anymore. Probably because it's my sobriety.
Probably.
Wow.
Every time that I had mentioned even taking a break, like it was joke, haha, she stupid motherfucker, but like that was more or less
I didn't
like,
take it very well.
and not only that, but like even me trying to like, and this like when it was like really bad, like right before she got sober, I was just trying to do things like hey, come sit in the living room with me
Get out of bed.
and stretch. You know what I mean? And you were like, I don't want to fucking do that,
Yeah,
Cameron.
I was
Why
really
can't you
mean.
understand that? And I'm like, well, so I'm not even gonna like, you know.
I was very mean. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I've apologized.
Yeah.
I've apologized a lot. In
It's
the
really
last
okay.
2 years. Apologized to a lot of people.
Ultimately, it took a huge knockdown, drag out fight. So I don't know. Maybe if you're watching this and maybe you think you have a problem, or maybe you think you hear echoes of a partner that was saying, hey, maybe take a break tonight.
Yeah. They're not
Yeah.
saying it to attack you.
No, they're not.
I think I think you might have actually been saying it like to help me.
Yes.
I didn't take it as that. I took it as you trying
Yes.
to control me.
Yeah, probably.
It was
Yeah.
all projection, which is crazy. The mind works in weird ways.
No.
Well, the addicted mind. Do you feel like you were addicted to alcohol?
Yeah. Probably.
Like at what point?
Probably around the point that I was like, hey, maybe we should start taking breaks, or maybe we should take a break. It was like it got to a point to where like it just, my body didn't feel good. My body wasn't feeling good anymore.
Well, we also were 30. at
Yeah,
the time,
that's true.
So.
Yeah, I don't
Because,
know.
well, you know, I look back and I might be remembering wrong, but I vaguely remember the last year of my drinking, you really did take nights off. And I was like, what is he doing? Because I didn't like being a degenerate by myself.
Yeah.
I hated it. And I was like, and then I perpetuated it. Like, why do I have to keep going when like my party buddy stopped?
I didn't stop, but yeah.
No, you know what I
what
mean,
you
though. Like you you didn't bring home beers sometimes, and I was like, that's weird. Like,
Yeah.
What? So you went from having like you were in the territory of you were definitely a problem drinker, but then you just reeled it in, and now you drink a few times a week. It's usually 2. It's rarely that it's 3.
Yeah, I try not to.
Because I
Do 3.
I do make little stabs at him. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna go do it again? You're going to the beer store again? And he's like, yeah, for fake beer, any beers. And I'm like, oh. I don't care.
That's fine. I'm cool.
I don't care when you drink around me. I don't care when anyone drinks around me because I'm not jealous. I don't miss it. And I don't see any problems in your life where drinking would like make worse.
Yeah,
There's nothing that.
And like, that was another thing is like, you know, at the end of the day, I was able to take care of the kids, and I was able to bring them to and
You
from
were
places.
the only
and
one
I
that was fully taking them. You took the kids everywhere by yourself. I didn't. I couldn't do anything for the last probably year.
Yeah.
After I got laid off. Oh no, because that was 2 months before I quit. It was bad. It was bad the last couple of years because it was like I would go through stages of agoraphobia and be
Yeah.
like, oh, the kids are like irritating me, triggering me. I was having panic attacks, and then I'd get better for a little bit. I think that was around when I started measuring my drinks and I started to feel better. Like, oh, I only had 12 ounces last night. That's only like 4.5 drinks at a bar. That's not that bad. I've seen Mad Men. Like, I thought it was normal.
Been doing this shit for breakfast.
Yeah, but then when I got laid off, that was like I really lost it. Because I remember my coworker texted me and was like, how you doing? And I was like, I'm fucking drunk. She's like, whoa, dude. And she sends voice memos.
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, girl, I thought you were taking a break on that. And I was like, I got fired today. Why would I take a break from that? And she was like, I don't know, your kids? And I was like, bitch. Just kidding. We still talk all the time, which is funny because we were only work friends for like 4 months. And now.
Yeah, she's one of the real ones, though.
Yeah. I'm not going to say her name.
No.
And I've never met her. And I love her. She lives in New Jersey. I'll tell you that.
Okay. No more.
I get different variations of the same questions over and over, and which I love. That's fine. I love repeating myself. I'll always repeat myself. So if you've already heard all these things, skip on over or stay. I get paid for views. It doesn't bother me when I get asked this, but it does like strike a chord. And I don't know if it's like anger or like frustration, but I get asked a lot, like, it's in a very accusatory way, like, why didn't your husband say something, or why didn't your husband do anything, or where was your husband when this happened? First of all, I'm not defined by my husband, although I should have listened to you. Thank you for trying to help.
No problem.
But also, it's not anyone else's job to make you sober. It's not anyone else's job to tell you you have a drinking problem, which is why I get literally at least 50 messages a day, which if I've answered you, I try really hard to
She does.
answer all the
She does.
messages.
She really does.
But like, I can't tell you have a drinking problem, because if you're thinking about it and you're questioning if you do, you probably do. And I know I'm not one to ever make that content. That's like 9 ways you can tell you have a drinking problem. I think that's bullshit. That's okay. Like, your definition is different than mine. I know what medical books say,
Right.
but it's different for everybody, because there's many people who, I mean, my stepdad's grandmother lived to be like, I don't know, 104, and she drank sherry every single day for 80 years. And they always joked like, oh, the Irish or English, I don't even know what she was, some European mutt. But they were like, oh, it's the sherry that keeps her alive. I was like, well, it's probably the 4 miles she runs every day. like that. And my point is that everybody drinks in different ways, and it's a huge spectrum. So if you drink once a week and you feel like you can't control it, I don't know, think about that. Maybe you could have a problem, but I'm not going to tell you you do. It's not my place.
No.
So when people ask like, well, why didn't anyone help you or say anything? What would they have done? It wasn't going to stop me. I didn't stop till I was done. I didn't stop until we were screaming at each other until midnight, and then realized that our oldest was awake listening to it.
Yep.
And that was what broke me. That was what was like, oh my God, I'm doing it. I thought about the time that my dad ruined Christmas, because he was so drunk that we got home from the Christmas party at my grandparents', and he was unwrapping all of the presents in front of me, and my mom was just crying, screaming at him, like what are you doing? Like, you imagine, you could probably picture it. And I was maybe 5, 6, and I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood, but that was one of them. And that's all I thought was like, oh, I did it. Like, I did what hurt me the most. So that was really when I was like, oh, I can't ever drink again.
Yeah.
And when I came downstairs for like the last time, and I was like, I'm pouring all the alcohol out, you were like, I already did. And I was like, good. And that was it. And I never drank again.
Yeah.
I really wanted to a couple times.
You didn't.
Right in the beginning, but I didn't. I remember the 4th day I was sober, I texted your sister and said, you were at work. And I was like, it was Saturday night. I said, oh my fucking God, this is so hard. And she wasn't like not supportive, but she was kind of like, either way, like, all right, whatever, you can get it together, or whatever, do what you want. And I was like,
She's always been very neutral.
she doesn't
with
like
things.
to make waves or rock the boat. And I said, I really want to drink like just one. Like, I think I could do just one, which is a lot of messages I get that are like, it's been 7 days. I feel like I can really have just a couple now with dinner. You go ahead and try. Maybe,
Pop off, Piss Queen.
maybe you can do that. I don't know. I never tried, because I don't think I could do it. Truthfully, I knew deep down, even when I texted her and said, I think I could just have 2, like just 2 to take the edge off, because I feel awful, because withdrawals hit on the 4th day. And she literally was like, that would be such a waste. Are you stupid? Like, why would you do that? Why would you have just 2 drinks? That's not going to do anything for you.
What's the point?
And by then it was like 9 o'clock and the kids were asleep, and I was like, fuck, she's right. So, and I didn't have anything in the house anyways. So
Yeah.
I never drank. What a wild ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Did you send a burp to me?
I think I did. It's a breath transplant.
First of its kind.
Aww.
Pioneers.
Documented.
Aw.
Oh my God. We're a medical marvel.
We are. Stop it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, get me out of this monkey suit. I'm done.
You're wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Shut up.